I'm concerned about the threats the admin is making to dismantle the Department of Education. In the state and county specifically, we are already overloaded with too many students and resources spread thin, especially for the disabled students who the DOE should protect. What are you doing to safeguard education?
Yeah, this is going to be, it's been crazy listening to the new Secretary of Education talk about some of the tweets that we're seeing come out of that is really, really concerning. And this has been a concern in the previous administration too, right? Like I've heard about how so for a child to qualify for intervention, they have to be a year behind, but data shows that like some of the most valuable intervention is under 3 years old, but they don't start meeting those thresholds, so they can't even get the intervention. There are serious gaps already, and then to hear about just eviscerating the budget moving forward for kids who already have IEPs, who are already identified. And, you know, I don't know if you guys know, Wahkiakum County already went down to a 4-day school week because of budget shortfalls. The schools that my kid might go to when he's older, we're on the border between two districts, but one of them, they're talking about going down to a 4-day school week also. And it's these budget shortfalls hurt rural communities, and they hurt the most vulnerable kids first. And when you look at the proportion of where we spend federal dollars, we are vastly underinvesting in our kids already. Talking with educators all across the district, everything we can do to provide them more latitude to do the job they want to do. They are tired of having to spend time teaching to the test or teaching to, filling out forms and checklists, and they want to be able to spend more time with their students. How do we empower that? How do we empower our teachers? How do we support our paraeducators and all the resources it takes to run an efficient school? How do we support families with young kids, whether it's the child tax credit or any of these programs that are pivotal for Americans under 18? And a lot of this is also going to play out in the courts. Like, how much power does Elon Musk have? How much power does the executive branch have to not apportion these dollars? I think it's really important that we not cede the power of the public to the power of lawyers. It needs to be our voice that's being heard, not just arbitrated in courts. And so while that system is playing out, which is like ungodly lengthy, that we are very clear about where our priorities and loyalties lie. And so everything I'm able to do to press on this administration about the cuts they're proposing, I'm absolutely working on with my colleagues. And that also includes SRS, by the way, Secure Rural Schools, which has not been authorized, I know a lot of your schools receive this also. This is basically a form of like payment in lieu of taxes. The timber dollars that in the past funded our schools, that money was supposed to be, as timber harvest rates have gone down, that money was supposed to come back through the feds. And I've been on the bleeding edge since November, like fighting with colleagues on both sides of the aisles to get SRS reauthorized and refunded so that our schools don't have to run their budgets like a garage sale and have predictability in where their dollars are coming from. And our teachers and our paraeducators and all of our educators have certainty that their jobs are going to be there in the next quarter.